So, in the previous video, we have just started the chapter number 4, metals and non-metals, and in that we have seen what are elements, what are metals, what are non-metals, and we are just describing that elements on the basis of physical properties of metals and non-metals. So, let us first of all revise all the things. See here, in the elements, we have studied the elements also, and what are first of all metals and what are non-metals. Metals are gold, mercury, silver, iron, copper, aluminium, and non-metals that are carbon, sulfur, hydrogen, oxygen are examples of non-metals. See here, metals and non-metals have different physical and chemical properties. All the metals and non-metals have their different physical and the chemical property but we have just started the physical properties of metals and non-metals in the previous video. So in that we have seen first of all what is physical property. Physical properties are used to be observed and describe matter by what? Hardness, ductility, malleability, color, luster, thermal conductivity, electric conductivity, and sonority. In that we have seen the physical state of metal, luster, color, and hardness. These things we have seen. Okay students, here let us first of all revise all the things one by one. Physical state. In physical state we have seen that metals exist as solid at room temperature. Metals exist at solid at room temperature, but there was an exception, that was mercury. Mercury is the only metal which is liquid at room temperature. And second, non-metals. Non-metals exist as either solid or gases at room temperature, and there was an exception that bromine is only a non-metal which is liquid at room temperature. Okay students, which is liquid at room temperature. Next property was luster. Here metal can be polished to have a shiny appearance and they can reflect light. We have seen about the metal. Metal can reflect the light because they have a shiny surface on it. We can also polish them, and here see I am just reading, this property of metal is called luster, which is used widely for making jewelry, statues, and other decorative articles. Metals such as silver, gold, and platinum are used for making jewelry, and copper and silver for making other decorative articles. Here non-metals. Non-metals doesn't have any luster, but there was an exception that as they occur as powder or gas form, they cannot be polished. Graphite and iodine are exceptions, they have luster. Graphite and iodine, they have luster. In non-metals, all the metals have lusters, but in non-metals there are two exceptions, which the first is graphite and another is iodine. They have luster. And color. Now colors of metals. So all metals are white or silvery grey with the exception of gold, which is yellow, and copper, which is reddish brown. All the other escape copper and gold. All the metals are of white or silvery white. Okay students. And non-metals. Some non-metals are colored such as chlorine, which is greenish yellow gas, bromine a brown liquid, iodine a violet solid, and sulfur, which is a yellow powder. Oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, etc. are colorless gases. And then we have seen about the hardness. We know that metals are usually hard. All the metals are usually hard. Now, with some exceptions such as sodium and potassium, which are soft that they can be cut with a knife. Here is also an exception that sodium and potassium, these both are soft and they can be easily cutted with knife. And non-metals. Non-metals exist in solid state are not as hard as metals with exception of diamond. The non-metals which are in the solid form, they are not as hard as compared to the metals, but there is an exception of diamond, which is the hardest substance. Diamond is the hardest substance. Okay, students. And now we will go towards the new property, that is malleability. Now we will go towards new property, that is malleability. Malleability. So here in the metals, first of all, what is malleability? Let us write that. See, a definition is given over here. The property of metal due to which they can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. Okay, you have seen the aluminum foil paper, which is a metal which is converted into thin sheet, and we know that we use aluminum foil for packing the rotis and other things. Okay, students. So the property of metals due to which they can be beaten into thin sheet is called malleability. Okay, and in the metals, let us see the metals. Have you seen an aluminum foil which is a thin sheet of metal? Most metals can be beaten into thin sheets by a hammer or a similar device. The property of metals due to which they can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. Gold and silver are the most malleable metals, and for this reason they are used for making jewelry and other decorative items. Other metals that can be beaten into thin sheets include copper, iron, tin, and aluminium. Non-metals. Non-metals are brittle and hence cannot be beaten into thin sheets. Non-metals cannot be beaten and make into thin sheet because they are brittle. Okay. Now ductility. What is ductility first of all, students? Ductility. So the ductility is the property of metal, metals due to which they can be drawn into thin wires is called ductility. Is called ductility. So here you have seen a thin copper wire. A thin copper wire. See here I have, I think over here I am just taking it. Sorry students, here it is not available. In next video I will just try to do that. Okay students, and now moving forward only. So here you can see metals you have, in that you have seen the copper is just used for making wires, we know that. Here you can see a figure, that thin copper wires. Here most metals can be easily drawn into thin wires. The property of metal due to which they can be drawn into thin wires is called ductility. Gold and platinum are two of the most ductile metals. Other metals can be drawn into wires including silver, copper, aluminium and tungsten. Non-metals, they are brittle and hence cannot be drawn into wires. Here also, first in malleability, we know that metals only can be broken or make into thin sheets, and in ductility we have to make that into thin wires. So it can be happen only in metals. It cannot be happen in the non-metals. Why? Because they are brittle. They cannot be just do that. So here an activity is given over here to classify the substances as metals or non-metals by pounding them. See here, materials needed: small sample of copper wire, aluminium wire, pencil lead, coal, iron nail and hammer. So pound the objects one by one with the help of the hammer. Classify them as metals or non-metals depending upon the effect of hammering. If it will be non-metal, it will be brittle and it will be break down. If it will be metal, then it will not be break easily by the hammer. Okay students, now observation: as metals are malleable, they get slightly flattened, while non-metals being brittle break upon hammering. Okay, so moving towards next, thermal conductivity. First of all, what is thermal conductivity? We know that metals are very good conductors of thermal conductivity have high. Okay, why? Because metals absorb the heat faster and non-metals do not have as high thermal conductivity as metals have. See here I am just reading that heat can be easily flowed through metals and hence have high thermal conductivity or are good conductors of heat. For this reason, they are used for making cooking utensils. Silver has the highest thermal conductivity among metals, followed by the copper. Now, metals are used for cooking. Why? Because they just heat up fast than the non-metals, so they are used for the cooking. Next, that is non-metals are poor conductors of heat with an exception of diamond, which is a good conductor of heat. In non-metal there is an exception of diamond is a good conductor of heat. Okay, see here, thermal conductivity we have seen. Now going towards electric conductivity. So what is electric conductivity? Thermal conductivity means heating. The heat can be passed through it. In thermal conductivity, heat can be passed or not. In electric conductivity, electricity can be passed or not. Let us see that. Metals transmit or conduct electricity and hence are good conductors of electricity. See here, metals can easily pass the electricity also, so they are the good conductors of the electricity. Moving forward, that is, for this reason they are used as electrical wires and cables. Silver is the best conductor of electricity, followed by the copper. Here we know that silver is very electric conductivity and also thermal conductivity. The thermal conductivity and the electric conductivity of silver is very high than other metals, and it can be, in place of that we are just using copper. So because why? Because the copper is easily available and it is not cost as much as silver. Now non-metals. Non-metals are poor conductors of electricity with an exception of graphite, which is a good conductor of electricity. In non-metals also there is an exception, that is graphite. Graphite is only a non-metals which can pass the electricity. Okay, and here another activity is given. Let us see that to prove that the metals and graphite are good conductors of electricity and other non-metals are poor conductors. Here you have to take is a sample of copper wire, aluminium wire, pencil sharp from the ends, coal, iron nail, a copper wire cut into 3 pieces, a pencil cell, and a small torch bulb of 1.5 volt. Method: set up a circuit as shown in the figure. We have to set up a circuit like this. Connect the two free ends A and B of the copper wire to the sample one by one. The bulb will glow for all samples except coal. Okay, bulb will glow for all the wire which we have taken aluminium wire, then copper wire, then we have taken graphite, then we have taken coal. So from that the coal will not glow the bulb and other all will glow. Discussion: copper wire, aluminium wire and iron nail becoming metals are good conductors of electricity, although the pencil sharp from the ends is graphite, which is non-metals, but the bulb glow because graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Coal being a non-metal, it is a poor conductor of electricity. Conclusion: metals and graphite are good conductors of electricity, whereas non-metals are poor conductor of electricity. But from non-metals there is an only exception, that is graphite, which is conductor of electricity. And in the thermal conductivity there was an exception of non-metal, that was diamond. Okay students, so today what we have seen, let us see it again. First of all, we have seen malleability. What is malleability? The tendency of a metal or a property of a metal into which we can just make them into a thin sheet, then it is known as malleability. We know that we see an example of aluminium foil and other, that is ductility. What is ductility? We have seen the wires, copper wires. So the property of matter due to which they can be drawn into thin sheet wires is called ductility. And then after we have seen about the thermal conductivity. In metals, the metals are good conductors of heat, and in non-metals they are not good conductors of heat, but there is an exception. In non-metal the diamond is good conductor of heat. And then after we have seen about the electric conductivity. All the metals are good conductor of electricity, and in non-metals there was an exception, that was graphite. Graphite is a non-metal, but it can also pass the electricity from it. Okay students, let us now move further. Now our next property, that is sonority. What is sonority? Let us see that we have seen the bell, the school bell or any of the other bell that when our lecture in the school just finishes, a bell rang. So the bell is made up of metal, which just when the two metals just beaten with each other, then it creates a sound. Let us see sonority. What is sonority? Metals produce a loud ringing sound when they are strung. The property of metal due to which they can produce a ringing sound which struck with a hard object is called sonority. When the two metals just are beaten to each other and it produces a loud sound, that is the property that is known as sonority. This property of metal is used for making bells, wind chimneys and certain musical instruments. Non-metals produce a dull sound when struck with a hard object. Non-metals do not produce a good sound or loud sound. It produces a dull sound. So which is not there. Okay. And here there is an let's answer. Okay, now it's time for your homework, students. So in your homework, physical properties which we have seen today or in this video, and let's answer that is on the page number 51. Okay students, that is on the page number 51. Okay, we will meet in the next video. Okay, bye students.